And today we're going to talk about how to add a post to your website using Elementor. First thing we want to remember is that posts and pages are two different things. So just keep that in mind while we're going through this tutorial. Maui Breeze Retreat has been so kind and is allowing us to use their website for this demo. So first thing I want to do is just go to the blog posts. Oops. I'm going to click on the blog here. And we can see this is what's called their blog archive page. So we have some posts that they've done in the past. And we want to add a new post. What I do want to point out though, let's go to this first post and click on it. So this is an actual, what we would call a single post. So we want to keep in mind that there's a difference between the single post and the template. The template is the framework that we put the posts in. So if we want to edit the single post, what we'll do is we'll mouse over Edit with Elementor, and you'll notice what lights up. So when you're working with Elementor, whatever lights up are the things you can click on. So we can edit with Elementor, and what this is going to do is edit this post. A lot, we can edit the header, we can edit the footer, or we can edit the default post. What a lot of people do at this point is they click on default post, and what they're doing, see, this is where it says single post right here. This is telling you that this is a page element or a page type or a post type that is site-wide. So like this is the single post framework. This is the footer and this is the header. So if we make changes down in this section, it will change. Like if I change the header, right, it changes everything, every header on the website that uses every page that has this header. If we change the footer, it's going to change that on the whole site. If we change this post, then that changes the post on the whole site. So what we're really wanting to do in this case, if we had to edit it, is go up to Edit with Elementor up at the top. And you'll see that it says Edit Header, and then we have Edit Single Post. So that's how we know we are editing the post on this page. So I'm going to go and we're editing one post, not all the posts, not the template for all the posts. So we're going to pop back over here and go to View Page. And what we want to do is add a new post. So he wrote a post about sharks in the area. So we're going to go up here to New Post and click on that. So this gives us the default page builder for Elementor. And the title of this post is Sharks Around Maui. So we're going to just start there and we're going to publish it right here. So we have that published. I also like to just go ahead at this point and set the featured image. So I'm going to click here, and he sent me a great picture of tiger shark that I'm going to upload. So we're going to come over here, go grab that tiger shark picture, and that's going to be our featured image. So the featured image is the one that will show up online. I use Yoast on this page. It will also, like on search engines, it's also the one that will show up on the archive page. So we're going to update again. So we have, so far, we've added a title and an image, a featured image down here. And also, just a reminder, all these tiles, like if you're like, hey, I'd rather have that be at the top because I use that more than I use the formatting, then go ahead and do that. So next we're going to make this a little simpler and go Edit with Elementor. And it's going to bring us up into the Elementor page. So what you have to do at this point is you're going to come down here to this little cog where it says Settings. And you're going to change the page layout to theme. And you're gonna see a change here. And so now we can see the start. So there's our featured image and it's starting to format this the way we want to. So what we're gonna do down here is add a text container. So we have our text container and I'm just going to paste the text in for his article. So I like to do that over here. And it pasted in very nicely. If you get weird formatting issues when you do this, sometimes what you need to do is, let's make this a little bigger so I can show you. What you need to do is you need to select all the text, click this toggle bar, and do this eraser button to clear all the formatting, because sometimes when we type things into other like Word or Google Docs, it'll add some strange characters that we don't need and that the website doesn't interpret very well. So now you'll notice this is kind of weird, right? Uncategorized. So every post needs to have some extra information. So what we want to do next is go back to settings. And we want to go to, not style, not advanced. Okay, let me go back. We're reading a little bit of a glitch here, but I'm gonna go back here. Go back. Trying to remember where I get the, I'll just show you a different way to make those changes. Because what we want to do is we are going to want to, let's go ahead and update this. So now we're saving it, but what we want to do is we want to change this so it's not uncategorized. You know, this post needs a category, and we also want to change it so I'm not the author, Steve is. So we go back to view the page. What we can do to make these changes, let's see if it picked it up now that it knows that this is a post. Logo, no. I know this is getting off track, but settings, general settings, featured image. So maybe you can't do that here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna view the page again. And then to make these changes, just go back, instead of saying edit with Elementor, we're going to edit the post. So maybe this is something you want to do when you first jump into the screen, but you want to come down here to the categories and set it at Maui Vacation Rental. So, and then the other thing you want to do is come down here. We want to say who the author is. Odd. I might have to figure this out and get back to everyone. So we're gonna update that. Here's another little trick. Maybe you haven't seen this before, but this little screen options up here will pop down and give you more tile options. Like the excerpt, that's a good one to have. An author, these are the other two. This is why we couldn't see them. So for some reason, my screen options had turned off the excerpt and the author boxes. So when we do the screen options, it's going to turn them back on. So we learned a little bit, right? So we're going to change this so that Steve is the author, and we're going to just add some text in here for excerpt. So the excerpt is the little bit of text that we can see on the archive page. So we're going to update this and go back to editing with Elementor. And now we can see it's Steve and we have the correct category. So next, we're going to view the page so we make sure it looks okay on the website. So we'll look at this, yes, that looks how we would like it to look. And we can see now that it's showing up in the post, the archive strip. And if we go to the blog archive page, it is also on that page. So I think we're good. Sorry for that little fumble in the middle. Usually those settings are on, but now you know what to do as well if something happens and you can't find those settings. And usually, I'll just show you this really fast and then we'll be done. If you go to, remember we're gonna go to the page, and remember always edit with Elementor for the post, not this default post. That's so deceptive. So we're gonna go back here. And normally, what I was trying to show you before it got sidetracked, if you go here to the settings, you can see that excerpt here. So that's what we were trying to get at earlier. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back here, view the page, and we should be good to go. Thank you so much for your time.